All right, here we go. Yo, what up, though? We back. Word Life in the building. Big Word, what's good, man?
You know the vibe. What's up, my bro? You know what's up?
Hey, man, you know what? Hey, I catch your interview snippet with Beezy.
Yeah.
You blazed up in what, you in the Waffle House or some shit?
Yeah, man, I was over there in Amarillo. I did a concert, and you know what I mean? After the concert, we went to the little strippy out there, had the record going crazy. You know, I was lit, so we went to go eat, you know what I mean? They were smoking cigarettes and all that. I was like, man, y'all smoking cigarettes? Man, I'm about to smoke my weed. So I just lit up and, you know, I don't know. I don't remember the rest. You know what I mean?
Got you. Now, were you actually with Beezy, or Beezy got the clip and posted it?
Nah. He had posted it, and they didn't see the vibe, and they was like, yo, you crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be wildin'. I was like, yo, you know, and then they did what they did for me.
It definitely got to be like the first person in Texas, at least on camera, to spark one up.
I saw, you know, he posted or whatever, and I seen, you know, a couple people. He ain't the first one here. I mean, shit, I ain't seen no other videos and nothing. So yeah, I think I'm the first one.
Hey, there you go. Hey, we don't see it. It don't exist, right?
Yeah, if it ain't on the gram, it don't exist. You know what I mean? So yeah, on the gram.
All right, so we got to get straight to the business, because the last time I saw you, you was in a group.
Yeah.
Shout out to High Rollerz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing your thing, man. But now it seems like you kind of doing on the solo thing. So what's the status of the group? Cause
you know what I mean? Like, you know, I started doing my own thing for me. Like, it's not that we broke up or nothing. It's just, you know, we kind of grew apart. Not apart, but, you know, we started doing our own thing. He got his own things he got to focus on. I got my things I want to focus on. But we still gang. We still family. You know, like, we got an album coming out next year through the distro label Music Access. About like, I think it's like 8-9 new songs, all High Rollerz, you know what I mean? We had just dropped a single recently, not too long ago, with Crystal Poppin' on it, you know what I mean? No
Shout out to Crystal.
And it was a vibe, so, you know, we still doing our thing, but, you know, everybody got their own, you know, dreams and goals and things they want to do, so, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody gonna be focused on the same thing, so you gotta go, you know, people gotta move around, do what they gotta do, but it's still all love, though, for me.
How do you have that conversation? Especially when it's just 2 people in a group. It ain't like 4 people, like when you saw like with Slaughterhouse.
Facts,
where you got 2 that Joel and
it got crazy with them, yeah. That's
and Crooked do some things, Joe and Royce sided up. But when it's just 2 people, like, how do you have that conversation with that other person and be like, hey, bro, I just want to do my own thing right now?
I mean, more it's like, it ain't really no conversation. It was just more like, you know, people just start doing their thing, you feel me? Like, you know, he had accomplished, he's doing his thing as far as like, you know, he had a mindset of what he wanted to do, and he went and did it. Like, so, you know, you a man, you can do whatever you want to do. I want to do certain things too, so I'm just gonna go do it. And you know, either way, we still repping the brand. So, you know, it's all love and all that for me. You know what I mean? But it ain't no real like, you know, crazy conversations. Like, yo, I'm about to go do this, but you know what I mean? That's what's up.
Because, you know, doing my research, I was like, okay. You know, the word out there is like, it was never a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one just kind of started doing their thing, the other one didn't know, and then it is what it is.
More or less, you know what I mean? You know, I went back home to New York for a little bit, you know, just to promote the new record we had out there, Follow My Drip. And you know, when I got back, you know, people just doing what they got to do, and I'm not a hater. I'm not trying to stop nobody from doing what they want to do. You know what I mean? So it was just one of them things where it's like, well, I think we need to be, you know what I mean? I don't think, you know, we're not on the same page right now, so let me go do this while you doing this, and we still gonna bring it back, you know, bring it back here, feel me? So yeah, it's all good.
Got you. So now you out here, you pushing your thing, you doing your thing right now. So tell everybody what you working on right now on the solo act.
I mean, yeah, this year I dropped 3 records, just only 3 records. I got a whole album ready to go, feel me? But you know, I kind of wanted to reintroduce the brand. Like, okay, we're not doing the High Rollerz thing right now. We're gonna just focus on each other, you know. So Word gonna do his thing, Compton gonna do his thing. So it was a thing. So when I dropped the first record, Get That, I went to New York to shoot the video with director Gambino, and when I dropped the video, it got a lot of love from a lot of people. Now, XM Radio, the heavy hitters, they dropped it on their Monday night show and all that. So it just started getting a lot of love. So I'm like, yo, you know, let me drop another one. So I dropped Smoke right after that, started going crazy, and then Magic City came, and it just started, you know what I mean? I feel like as an artist, you can't just go out there and just drop your music expecting the shit to blow up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might work for some people, it ain't gonna work for everybody, feel me? So when you drop a record, you really got to put your time and energy and market and brand yourself and really push that record in order for people to really fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did for each record. That's why I only dropped 3 records. I wanted to put time behind the record to really market them, promote them, do what it is I need to do so people know what it is when they hear word. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I look at it. I know Magic City, that joint jumped on my record, and that's when I really start to realize I wasn't seeing a duo no more. Yeah. But give me the theory behind Magic City, because when we hear Magic City, we think Atlanta.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Because I'm not aware of a Magic City down here anywhere. So give me the thought process behind Magic City.
What it was is it was a record for the High Rollerz album. But whatever the case may be, I don't know. You know, it ended up being something that I wanted to do, and I laid the verse down. I'm like, yo, this shit sound kind of hard, and it was really just all a freestyle. Like, you know, Magic City made class. I was just gonna drop a record on something for the strippy. You know what I mean? And when you think of strippy, what's the biggest strippy out there? Magic City. So yeah. So when I did it, I was just on some, you know, something for the strippy. It was more. It wasn't meant to be about Magic City, the club. It was just more like the metaphor for the record. You know what I mean? Like Magic City made class. Show you know what I mean? Because when you talking about a vibe like that, you just automatically think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Magic City make it clap. Hey.
Hell yeah. So like in this journey, man, jumping out there like on your own, like, and versus having that partner, like what's the difference? What do you feel like it's the pros and the cons of it?
I mean, I was doing, when I came to Dallas from the beginning, like I was always like word, you know what I mean? Like I had a big brand, like everything I had going on was word life, you know what I mean? A lot of people know what it was before we did the High Rollerz thing, and that's how we became with High Rollerz, you know. The bro came and hollered at me and was like, yo, you know, we need to do a record. We did a record called Fuego, and it just took off, you know what I mean? Like, it went crazy, and we started getting calls. We jumping on private jets, flying here, people's flying us there, you know what I mean? We was doing some shit, so we needed a name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We was messing with some of the people out here on some marketing, and they were like, yo, y'all need a name, you know what I mean? So we jumped on the private jet, and you know, we did the whole, you know, the pilot was like, yo, y'all some High Rollerz now. Like, shit, fuck, we gonna be the High Rollerz, you know what I mean? So we did that for, you know, but now that we you know, ain't nothing bad enough, but once, you know, things start to move around, then I just got to reintroduce the brand from what it was from before that, you know what I mean? Which was Word. Word was always here from the beginning. Like, you go back, look at anything that's old before High Rollerz, then you already know, like, you're going to see them Word Life t-shirts everywhere. You're going to see all the old stuff. So, you know, the brand been there, so I just had to reintroduce it.
Well, if you can define Word as an artist, Word Life as an artist, how would you define them in this space? Introducing yourself or reintroducing yourself to the world. Who is Word Life as a solo artist?
I mean, Word is just that, you know, the kid that had to grind till he got that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's everyone that know me, I ain't never went out here and asked for nothing. I went out here and did everything, you know what I mean? And I'm not even from this city, but I got love, and my whole career really started in this city, so everything I do is for this city, and you know, and I'm an artist that's loyal to the you know what I mean, to the game, to the hustle, to all that. So when people think of Word, they be like, yo, that's a nigga that had none and really went out there and got it, you know what I mean? So that's what it is.
Now, when you look at hip-hop.
Plus, I'm king of all fresh. People know Word, he the king of all fresh. You know, I'm always going to pull up something
Dripped up for sure.
You always going to have it on, for me.
You know what I mean? But that's New York for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's New York always known for the fashion, the drip.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, like when I had nothing, I always wanted something. So when I couldn't get it, I'm like, man, I'm going to find a way to get it, feel me? So I had to, you know what I mean? When I bought my first Jordans, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the king of all fresh from now on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that whole name just came from just freestyling one day. I was like, I'm the king of all fresh. I was like, yo, that shit hard. So I turned that whole thing to clothing line and all that, feel me? So,
got you.
You know, New York shit, just on some, everyone, I think it's a thing now. It's not just rapping these days. Everybody talk about, you know, having a hit record. It's not even about none of that no more. That help you advance, but it's all about the lifestyle. People want to know what's going on. People want to see the type of shit you got on, feel me? So it's a lifestyle thing nowadays, you know what I mean? So you gotta be fresh, you gotta be flying your own mind.
And speaking of lifestyle, I was listening to Academics talk, and he was talking about Saweetie and like Instagram models.
Yeah.
and how they taking women who don't really know how to rap, no talent, but they beautiful and they social media influencers, and they pen and write and have people write for them, and then you birth artists like Saweetie, just beautiful women.
And they ain't really got it like that, but I mean, it ain't none these days. Everything, you know, take practice, take a little bit of learning, and anybody could be a rapper, you know what I mean?
But you know, Drake said that famous or that infamous line on his new album, she a 10, but she sound better on mute.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I ain't gonna say nothing on that, but
not speaking to Saweetie, but we see a lot of beautiful women popping up rapping.
They popping up because it's a thing right now. It's a trend, and the female MC always been there. The female rapper always been there. It's just now it's a different style of a female rapper. You know what I mean? Like we've been had all that, like the Queen Latifahs and you know and all that from before. You know what I mean? But now it's just introducing a new style of women that's been out there. Now they just getting the light for it. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is.
It was a debate earlier this year about culture appropriation of Hispanics jumping in hip hop and trying to take over hip hop and using hip hop lyrics. But Fat Joe came in and was like, "What you mean? We've been a part of hip hop since the very beginning."
I think it's crazy because I don't know, like when you go to New York, like in the East Coast and all that, you really don't deal. You don't really. I mean, you hear about like all that, but it don't really like reflect it. You go to the club, everything's mixed in. You know what I mean? When you come to the South or the West Coast, from what I heard, you know, it's different. Like people still kind of, I don't know. Like it's. But as far as hip hop, like hip hop started in New York and all that, and the original people was Puerto Rican and black and all that. So it's like, yeah, we was there. If you want to talk as a culture, we was there from the beginning for sure.
I mean, you got to think like hip hop was the DJ first, the MC, the break dancing, the graffiti.
Yeah, facts. Who you think was over there, you know, throwing up them tags on the walls and breaking them floors like that? You know what I mean? Like, who you think was doing that? It was them Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
It was running wild through the Bronx.
It is a shame that we don't embrace, you know what I'm saying, like that side. You don't see it as much because it's still a divide. It's like,
yeah, it's crazy.
And maybe so. I mean, culturally, it's a different culture. So Hispanics, if I'm black, I can't speak Spanish, and then somebody can rap English and go into Spanish. I may not relate to it as much because I don't know. But I thought it was interesting with that coming up because it was a Hispanic artist earlier this year as well. I can't remember his name. Out of Cali, and he was like he would never sign to black people.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
When people say that, does it make sense? Do like?
Nah, I mean, to each his own. If that's how he feel, that's how he feel. But I mean, it don't make him right. You know what I mean? Like, it don't make him right. It don't make him wrong. It's just that's how he feel. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't want to sign with him, okay, that's cool. You want to wait around, do what it is you gotta do what you gotta do. But if someone else want to go sign with someone else, like. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to go sign with a black label or a white label or a Mexican, I'm not even Mexican, but a Mexican label, like, you know, as long as the numbers is right, that's all that matter to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The color green, them blue faces, that's all that matter.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think like, cause you know, like you say, you named some heavy hitters that you did music with, you know, you doing your thing, Cap G, doing his thing. You said Bella. Who was the girl you did something with? Recently on a record with Cap G with you.
From out there from El Paso, Crystal Poppin.
Crystal Poppin.
Yeah.
Crystal doing her thing.
Yeah.
I had a chance to interview Crystal.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But Bella out in Cali and Reverie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got a chance to interview them and go crazy. Like it is a big support for, you know, Latino hip hop.
I feel like it's one of them things that's like, you know, to keep people's engagement going, people's social media going, because it's a thing, but at the same time, it's not like, you know, you got big artists in the game that's Latinos that's doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at Bad Bunny that's just doing numbers out there. Like, yeah, it's not the same, I guess, hip-hop, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's still all entertainment, it's all music, so it's like, yeah, it's still a big culture for so it's a little different now from before, you know what I mean? Like, I think the lane is wide open for all the Latino artists to go do what they got to do. You know what I mean? Social media made everything you got to just go out there and do what you got to do instead of going from back in the day when we used to go, literally have to travel to each city. Now we got social media in our hand. Like we could go touch each city by just, you know what I mean, create a name just by doing what you gotta do online and all that, feel me?
So what are some things you feel like you gotta do right now to really push it to the next level? Cause like you say you got projects up, you got the look, you got the you got the image.
Yeah, man, I'm just, you know what I mean, like, I don't know if I knew, you know what I mean, things would be different, but we just gotta grind till we get there, that's all it is, you know what I mean? And for me, it's all about, like, I got a cool fan base. Like I got a lot of people that really fuck with me, you know what I mean? So I focus on them rather than focusing on what's going on everywhere else. So
gotcha.
Like if whoever it is doing his thing and he got his shit going crazy, salute, you know what I mean? Like I'm focused on what I got and that's how I'm gonna be able to grow it, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good for me.
When you look at the team like that y'all had together as a group, do you pull anybody from that team to work with you solo, or do you have to create a whole new?
I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people look at the whole, they look at it like it's been a split up, you know, like everything they broke up and all that. Nah, like it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think people that don't want to talk, like don't want to have a conversation, they picking sides, and it's like you ain't gotta pick sides. It's all family. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working with some people that direct that was fucking with both of us and. You know what I mean? Now they might not want to fuck with them because for whatever reason and shit. But you know what I mean? I look at shit like that, like that's cool. Like we just gonna keep grinding. There ain't no love on no, you know, ain't no hate on no side. So it's like, you know what I mean? We just keep doing whatever you gotta do to succeed. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to succeed, and whoever wanna ride with me, we gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if Accomplice was in the room right now, like what would be that conversation? Like what would y'all have? What would be?
Like, nigga, what up? Like, that's still my bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no nothing crazy. It's just like that's the bro. Like, yo, what's up? What you been up to? You know what I mean? Like. Plus, I see everything that's going on online, like, you know what I mean? Like, I be tuned in, like, I see everything. I know they see everything I got going on, so it's all love, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't like, what's up, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't none of that. That's still my brother.
But is it like, hey, man, it's Christmas, come on over?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I can holler at them and all that. Like,
no, but would you? Like, would you extend that? Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's still, you know what I mean? I still got High Rollerz tatted on, you know what I mean? It's still a High Roller thing. It's the Roller Gang, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing gonna change.
Nah, for sure, man, because, you know, when I heard it was like a little split, I was hoping that it was just something simple, like let me test our own waters and come back and not nothing, you know, more serious. But I hope y'all do end up having just that conversation because y'all need to owe each other that because if y'all don't create the narrative, somebody else will start creating the narrative for you.
There's a few narratives out there, but, you know, I know what it is with him. Like, I know he a real one. He know I'm a real one, so, like, none of that's going to ever get between, like, you know what I mean? We know how the game goes, so it ain't nothing crazy, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I know we got the album coming out. I just got the call yesterday from the distro label that they're going to drop the album called High Rollerz Forever, so, you know, it's going to be on the people to keep the music going, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm doing on the word with the Magic City and all that, with the merch and all that, like, my shit going crazy, so it's just going to transition to everything with the High Rollerz too, so it's all good.
So right now, people want to go tap in. Like, where do they need to go tap in with you for the visuals, for the music, for everything?
It's just every social media, everything is I Am Word Life, you know what I mean? Or you just go to my website, Word Life Music, and it'll take you to everything, you know what I mean? That's all you need.
Hey, man, for sure, bro. Word, man. From here on out, bro, it's an open invitation, man.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we fan, man. Like,
hey, man, because then people went out, shout out to Cortez, you know what I'm saying, when I went into New York.
He on my, that's Brody right there. It's on my daily chat, you know what I'm saying? We talk every day.
Hey, man, we shoot.
I told him I was going to come see. I was like, yo, I'm about to go link up with Big D over there. He was like, oh, that's my bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, when you start, you know, moving around, man, bring me with you. I'll bring the camera out. Let me vlog. Let me get that experience.
I go back home all the time, so next time I'm there, I'm going to holler at you. Like, bro, pull up. I got you. You feel me?
Hey, for sure, man. But, hey, I appreciate you rocking with me, man. Yeah, you know, anything you want the people to know before we tap out?
Ain't nothing, man. You know what I mean? Magic City out right now. Word Life, King of All Fresh. You know the vibe. Got the clothing line going crazy. Next year, 2023, we finna take that shit over too. You know what I mean? Locked in, man. We got all this shit. Got the merch. Magic City going crazy. Shout out to all my niggas back home in New York. Shout out to all my niggas out here in Dallas. For me, like, shit's a vibe.